Hey, welcome back to Lantern Year number 2. I'm going to go ahead and do these Lantern Years as the beginning of Lantern Year is the hunt and the settlement phase, of course, after the showdown. So we're going to go ahead and start with the hunt for Lantern Year number 2. They are hunting the White Lion. We are taking out Gaston, Elsa, Hercules, and Belle, all represented here. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so I use the monster controller template to decide who's going to be the event revealer, and we'll rotate through from left to right. So we're going to have Hercules, who is in the blue here. He's going to be our first event revealer. So off to the hunt we go. And the first event we reveal is the White Lion Cub. So the survivors find a White Lion Cub. They may choose to slay the cub. If they do, each survivor gains one random basic resource. The event revealer rolls on the table below. So my answer to this is always kill the cub. So 1 through 3, the White Lion starts with Enraged in play. Anything else is not bad. 4 through 7, the father shows up, starting the hunt, and 8 through 10, nothing happens. But you do get 4 random basic resources if you kill the cub. So my survivors are going to kill the cub. Okay, the worst possible result. The mother lion appears. Overcome with grief, she attacks. Begin the showdown immediately with Enraged in play. Build the AI deck normally. That was the quickest hunt phase ever. We're going to go ahead and pause the video here, and when I come back, we'll be set up for the showdown. Okay, so again, the monster does nothing, and Belle's going to fire off another dart. Missing. The monster controller is now Elsa, and the monster does nothing. So Belle's going to fire off another dart. A 3, misses. The monster controller is now Hercules. The monster does nothing. Belle's going to fire off another dart. It's a 6. The dart needs a 7+ to hit. So the monster controller is now Gaston. Monster does nothing. 6, missing. The monster controller is now Belle. Belle fires off a dart. A 9, finally, she hits. Hitting the beast in the beast heel. So it's a strength of 3 on the bone darts. So she's going to need a 5 to wound this White Lion, and fails to wound. The monster controller is now Elsa. She does nothing. He does nothing. And Belle fires off another dart. A 7. She hits him in the glorious mane. She can only crit. No. So it doesn't wound the White Lion. The monster controller is now Hercules. He does nothing. Belle fires off another dart. A 7. She hits. Hits the beast in the elbow. A 5, 6, 7, 8. She finally wounds the White Lion. With that, ground fighting is discarded. The White Lion stands up, and now my other 3 survivors actually get a turn. Sorry that took so long. That's just kind of the way it plays out. You just keep playing until you actually are able to wound the White Lion. All right, so Hercules is going to attack from the blind spot, needing a 6+, 5+ to hit the White Lion. So that's 1 hit on the White Lion. That was a 7, sorry. And the hit location is the beast's ribs. Okay, so a strength of 3 weapon with his weapon strength of 1. He needs a 4 to wound this White Lion. That's a Lantern 10. All right, so 2 things are going to happen. So once per attack, if you critically wound, cause an additional wound. So that's 2 wounds for the White Lion. Okay. And if the attacker has 3+ understanding, which Hercules does not, I mean, they're just brand new survivors, then he gets a survival back. So here is the conundrum I've got going on. I have 1 AI card, and I know it is ground fighting. So we're actually going to do nothing. Because if I take this AI card, then the only one he's got left is his basic attack. So we're going to do nothing because he's going to go back into ground fighting. And then once I take that last wound, that ground fighting is going to be still in play. Let me read really quick. When the white lion is wounded, discard ground fighting. So you have to wound first, then discard. So if this thing is out in the mood area of the monster, and I wound, the only wound I can take is his last wound. So this fight is basically over. Oh, thank God. So we're going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nobody needs a weapon proficiency because they haven't even aged yet. They're about to age. And so, yeah, we're going to do nothing. And it's the white lion's turn. The white lion controller is Gaston. He pulls ground fighting. So this white lion lays down. And the person that has the best chance to crit is anybody, honestly. But it's got to be the Bone Dart Girl, because if I take an action inside that zone of death, he's going to stand back up. So Belle's just going to, I don't think it even matters where the monster controller is, because he's not going to attack us, so insanity doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is, eventually she's going to wound, and the monster controller card is just going to keep rotating. So she attacks with her darts. She attacks again with her darts. She attacks again with her darts. That's a 9. That's a hit. The only thing that can hurt us now is the trap. So it's a 3. She needs a 5 to wound. She does not wound. She attacks with her darts. She attacks with her darts. Okay. There's only a crit location on this. She fails to wound. She attacks with her darts. Attacks with her darts again. 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 She hits. Clever ploy. White lion stands up. So he's going to attack her, but he only moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he knocks down Hercules and goes back to ground fighting. So 1, 2, 3. With an action, she's going to get on the stone face. It just gives her +2 accuracy, so we don't have to keep rolling over and over and over again. She's going to throw the darts. She's got a +2. She's got a +2 to hit up here. So she critically misses, and she misses. She misses. She hits, finally. Okay. Let me shuffle the hit location deck, because once again, I can shuffle that trap card right to the top. She's also got +2 range up here. So we'll step her back. All right, let's see. Let's see if I was able to cut that right to the top. Okay, there's a failure, but so there's a failure reaction, but he's going to lay down anyways. The monster flops on his side, waiting for attackers to draw near. While ground fighting is in play, do not draw an AI card. Okay? So she fails. So he's going to stand up. And grab anybody who is in front. So that's all he's going to do. He'll lay back down. All right, let's get her away. Let's put her in the grass. So she runs all the way to the grass, and she's going to throw her founding, not her founding stone, her darts. She misses. She'll throw it again, and again, and again. She finally hits, hitting the beast's heel. That's a 7, 8, 9, 10. She does a wound, takes his last wound. The white lion is dead. Never did get rid of either mood. And that's one thing. When the moods are in play, it's almost like a wound. It's a -1 to his health deck. because the wounds don't have to get taken away. And that is the end of the showdown. That was a crazy fight. And if it wasn't for ground fighting, I don't know if we would have actually survived this fight. But we did. Barely. Okay. Aftermath. +1 hunt experience. All right, let's do that first, because what's going to happen is Hercules is going to age. Elsa has her first hunt experience, which doesn't matter. She's not going out again. Belle ages, and Gaston ages. So before we go any further, we've hit that box, so we immediately read what that's going to do for us. All right, your time in the darkness changes you. Gain the benefits of the Hunt XP milestone you have reached, which is Weapon Proficiency, the first box. You may now choose a weapon type for Weapon Proficiency. So, Gaston, being that he has a dagger, I think we're going to go ahead and give him dagger. Belle has bone darts, but that's not an option in Weapon Proficiency. So we're actually going to give her sword. And finally, for Hercules, obviously we're going to give him axe. He has an axe. Okay. Roll 2d10. So we'll roll for Gaston first. It is a 10. So a 10 is gain 1 random fighting. So again, like I said before, I've got all the fighting arts from the expansions that I have, which is, I have all of them. And let's see which one we pull. So we pull Extra Sense. You may dodge 1 additional time per round. That's excellent. Because usually you're only allowed to dodge once. But we'll put that weapon proficiency back in the deck. We'll pull it out later as they depart. Because, who knows, I may pull that again. I mean, there are a lot of fighting arts in this deck, but you never know. I can just pull Extra Sense. Okay, so Belle. Belle gets to roll 2d10. It is a 10 also. So she's going to pull Mammoth Hunting. Gain +1 strength when attacking from adjacent spaces outside the monster's facing and blind spot. So on the sides. That is not bad at all. So as long as you're not in the blind spot, as long as you are not in his facing, you get a +1 strength. I will take that. That can help us out quite a bit. And Hercules, finally. So maybe we'll get another strength. Come on. A 9. So that's a fighting art. The other rolls, either low or high on this age chart, actually give you like +1 on your attributes, which I would prefer. But fighting arts are not bad. Extra Sense. So Hercules can dodge an additional time. That'll be really helpful once we have enough enough survival that we can start wasting some of these survivals. Okay, going back to the showdown with the White Lion. +1 weapon proficiency level. Well, we don't get it because we didn't have proficiency before the fight, but we will get +1 as long as they wound with their weapon in future fights. And the rewards. The first time the White Lion is defeated, add Caterium to the settlement locations. Okay. And the group gains the following rewards. We get 4 basic and 4 White Lions. So let's pull the White Lion ones, shuffle the deck, and we get, the first one is Great Cat Bones. Drums. Strong and surprisingly light. We get Golden Whiskers. These whiskers are tough. We get another Great Cat Bone. And we get White Fur. Okay, and we also get 4 basic resources. And remember, we got 4 resources already, plus we have a claw, plus we have the Shimmering Mane. So we did really good this hunt phase. So we get Monster Hide, excellent. We get a Perfect Bone. We get a question mark, which is, who knows what bit this is, but it could be anything. And we get a Monster Bone. So we got a good variety of resources. So I'm not too upset with what. All right, everyone, back after a quick second, and the settlement is set up. So I've got all the bones separated out here. I've got our hide in the middle, and up top, a little bit of whatever we want. And down here, I've got the organs. So the first step is the survivors come back to the settlement. They heal all of their light and heavy injuries, and so I've already taken care of that. Next phase, they're going to go ahead and gather up endeavors. So each survivor gets an endeavor for coming back. Update the timeline. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. It is now Lantern Year number 2, and we have a settlement event we need to take care of. So the way I like to do the settlement events, number 1, I'll mix it up so I have no idea where the settlement events are in this stack of cards. And then to really randomize it, we'll roll a d10, and I'll take the first card off the top. Dark Dentist. As long as it's not murder or plague or rivals or triathlon of death, I'm okay. All right, Dark Dentist. So I'll go ahead and show the card here. Dark Dentist. A cloaked woman enters the settlement. All that can be seen beneath her hood is the sparkle of perfect teeth. She offers to improve the survivors if they are brave enough. So she can mend bones if somebody has the shattered jaw severe injury. She can upgrade your mouth, gain +1 permanent strength once per lifetime for 4 bone and a large flat tooth. We don't have a large flat tooth. That comes from the antelope. Metal jaw for 2 iron, and we don't have iron. So honestly, I think we're good with the Dark Dentist. Before gaining the benefits of monster tooth dentures or metal jaw, roll a d10 to determine if it's successful. Okay, so she comes into the settlement, and we really, other than somebody getting a shattered jaw fixed, we can't really use her services. So I'm glad. That's a good settlement event. There's some bad ones, and if one just comes and goes, I'm good with that. The next settlement event we need to take care of is Endless Screams. So let's do that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and show you the picture of the Endless Screams. And let me read the settlement event to you. A scream pierces the silence around the settlement. As the noise fades, a chorus of horror rises up in answer. The settlement erupts into chaos, trying to comprehend the source of the terrible wail. You may now hunt the screaming antelope, add it to the quarry list on the settlement record sheet. Nominate a single survivor to stand amidst the madness. They gain +1 courage and become the voice of reason. All right, so let's take care of that first. We can now hunt the screaming antelope. So we'll put that on the quarry list. I'll also fill in Caterium, which we were able to get at the end of the first lion hunt. Okay. And I'll list off what our settlement event was, which was Dark Dentist. Dark Dentist. Okay. So I guess who's our survivor we left in the settlement? Ariel. So Ariel has 1 courage already. We're going to go ahead and have Ariel get +1 courage, and she becomes the voice of reason. So Ariel is our person that stepped forward, named the Lantern Horde. She's also now the voice of reason. So the voice of reason will roll a 1d10. A 2. That can't be good. The survivor's face turns pale and the courage drains from their eyes. Without hesitation, the survivor turns on their heels and dashes for the darkness. Sadly, their foot catches on a stone face and they fall face first into the floor. The survivor loses 1 courage and suffers the shattered jaw severe injury. Well, look at that. We have somebody with shattered jaw. And the Dark Dentist is a lingering effect and is still in our settlement. For 3 bone or a skull, or 1 skull, which we have 1 skull. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and heal her jaw. Okay, so that is Endless Screams. We'll go forward. And death count, nobody died. Check the story event milestones. And so, again, you're looking at first child is born, first time death count is updated, settlement has 5 innovations, population reaches 15, or population reaches 0. None of those actually happened. There's a lot of other milestone events that can happen based upon some of the different sets that are out there. And let me see. So I actually have written all of those down, but they come into play later. Let me give you an example. Triggers on necrotic mistletoe or story in the snow. Survivor consumes brain mint while 4+ black lichen are in the settlement. Survivor with marrow hunger has a child from intimacy. 2 survivors with prey have a child. When hand removes a broken leg from the survivor. During a weird dream, well-told survivor hears the Devil's Symphony, which we've already gotten. It's already in the deck. Survivor with prey or secretive has 15+ insanity. Remember all the white story secrets. Survivor with ocular parasites gains extra senses, fighting art. And then survivor survives tree panning, barber, surgeon, endeavor 5 times. So just, I'll put that over to the side. You can see there's some advanced things that are milestone events. But for the ones on the settlement record sheet, we haven't reached any, and we're in the development phase. So I tell you what, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use that skull. And it says, mend bones. The woman fixes your broken mouth, heal the shattered jaw, severe injury. 3 bone or 1 skull. So we're going to use our skull resource, and we'll go ahead and mend. We could use 3 bones, but I think we're going to go ahead and do this. Before gaining the benefits of monster tooth dentures or metal jaw, we're not doing either one of those. Okay, so her shattered jaw is healed, and we will go ahead and burn a skull resource to do that. Okay, put that off to the side. And now we can develop. So as I always say, the first thing I'm going to do is innovate. So right now, all we have is language and inner lantern. So I'll go ahead and put those out so you can see them. Okay, and this is our innovation deck. The only thing added are the inner lantern consequences. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use 1 endeavor, and we're going to use an organ, regular monster hide, and regular monster bones. And we will innovate. So we get to draw 2 innovations and see what we get, and then we will keep one of them. The first one we get is drums and scarification. So these are terrible. Scarification. You could suffer the blind, you could get the tough, you could destroy your genitals, you could gain +1 permanent luck, or you can roll a d10 and a result of 6+, you lose some toes, -1 permanent movement. Initiation, once per lifetime, gain +1 courage and roll on the hit location. So we're not choosing scarification. I don't know why you would ever choose scarification. Put that back in the innovation deck, and we're going to choose drums. So with this, you can get 2 insanity, 2 survival, the rhythm chaser fighting art, or the synchronized strike fighting art. So we'll do that, and then it says to add the drum consequences to the innovation deck. So I will do that off camera, so as not to waste your time. Okay, so there's our innovations. Again, not the best innovations we could have gotten, but it's done. All right, so I think, honestly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hide. We need to make a Rawhide Armor Set. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to burn these resources, and we're going to use the skinnery. And right now we have a Rawhide headband. We're going to make an entire Rawhide Armor Set. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. Okay, bear with me. I have a different campaign going, so I might have to break apart that set to actually make the entire Rawhide set. But again, I'll probably do that off camera. Okay, yep, let me do that. Let me break apart a Rawhide set that I have in my other campaign. So we get the Rawhide pants, the gloves, the vest, and the boots. Okay. Let's see what else we can do. We do have somebody with a sword proficiency. So we do have drums. So we can make a Rawhide drum if we want. I don't think we'll do that. We can make stone noses. We can make a monster grease. We have basically 3 organs. We can make a bone club. We can make a bone blade. I think we're going to make a bone blade. And we're going to do that. Well, let me take a look. So we have the Caterium for defeating the White Lion. With this, what do we have? We can make a Catar, because we have a claw. We can make a catgut bow, which is a sinew. We don't have sinew. A king spear, which is a claw and a great cat bone. That's not bad. We can make a spear and maybe give Ariel the spear so she can be a spear proficiency. We can make a whisker harp, which removes moods when you use it. We will make a king spear. The king spear is pretty awesome. So let's put that off to the side. And let me grab the king spear out. Okay. So the king spear is 2 attacks. It's a 6+ to hit. It's 3 damage. Kind of the same stats as the axe. But it has reach 2, so you can attack from 2 spaces away. It is a 2-handed weapon. So we will do that. We have a king spear. And this prevents the survivors from being right next to what they're attacking. All right, so we have 2 bone left and 3 organs, or 1 organ and 2 of anything. So let's see what else we can or should make. I don't think there's anything else on the Caterium. Let's look. The Bonesmith. So what are the weapons we have out? We have a bone dagger, a bone axe, we'll have a king spear, and we have one founding stone. And that person needs a bone blade. So we will use the other great cat bone, and we will make one bone blade. Not the best weapon we could get, but she does have a sword proficiency, so I'd hate to go out and not get her a proficiency level in that. So there's that. I think that is it for the bonesmith. The skinnery, we've already made an entire set. We don't have any others. We could make bandages, but I'm good without making a bandage. We do have drums, but we don't, well, we could make a, we have a bone and a hide, so what does the Rawhide Drums give you? Let me take a look. So on arrival, survivors get an insanity. Inspirational drumming, when you perform encourage, all non-deaf survivors are affected. So you can encourage everyone to stand up with drums. But it is noisy gear, which there's some negatives to having noisy gear. So let's pause on that. Okay, what about the organ grinder? We can make a monster grease. We can make a lucky charm, which is not going to help us right now. Or we could start auguring, and hopefully we get intimacy, because we have resources to burn. Let's do augury a couple times and let's see what happens. Okay. So one of our survivors is going to leave with 2 survival. The other survivors have nothing. No survival. And there's no way to get the survival because I don't have departing survivors get any survival with these innovations. Right? No. That's unfortunate. Now I could use the endeavors for drum, and I think that's what we're going to do. So, because we could gain Rhythm Chaser, which basically gives us an evasion. It's an evasion token until you get knocked down. Let's do that. The fighting art is not amazing. Or we could do Rhythm Trance and give everybody 2 survival. That way, that when they depart, they all have enough survival to survive. Oh, decisions. I really need to bump up some understanding also. I do have somebody with extra sense, which gives them additional dodge. So we're going to do 1 endeavor for Gaston. He's going to drum, and he's going to gain +2 survival. Because he's got an additional dodge. He can dodge twice every round. So I want to give him some starting survival. Hercules also has extra senses, but he's going to get the entire Rawhide set. So he's got extra senses. He gets 2 survival when he departs. So those 2 will be the targets of most of the attacks. So we can do Rhythm Chaser. Belle already has Mammoth Hunting Fighting Art, but Ariel, who we're taking out, does not. So we're going to give her Rhythm Chaser. Okay. I'll pull that out in a little bit. So that's going to be this. And I think we will we'll have Ariel augury. Okay. So Ariel's going to augury. All right, so Augury, the survivor endeavors to glean the meaning of existence. Roll on the table, add +1 to your roll result if your understanding is 3 or higher. It is not. So a 4, gain 1 survival. Okay, so she has 2 survival right now. So everybody's going to have 2 survival when they go out, except for Belle. Okay, so that's what we've done with our endeavors. We still have this. These are anything. Bone and a whisker. I am still torn. Should I burn the question mark one and the golden whiskers and make monster grease? I think I should. Okay, so 2 organs. I'm burning those to make monster grease. That'll give somebody +1 evasion, probably one of our heavy hitters, because they're going to be the target of most of the attacks. So nothing wrong with monster grease. Getting that extra 1 instead of a 2+ on most of those hits. It'll be a 3+ now. So hopefully we cause a couple more misses. I should really pull out the pertinent pages. I've got all the cards in here, and there's quite a bit. Here we go. Monster grease. Sorry about that. All right, so we have 1 perfect bone and a lump of atnus. We're going to archive that into our settlement. We have a perfect organ in there already. So perfect bone. I like to keep the perfect ones. And a lump of atnus. Okay. Okay, so we'll move on the track. Now let's develop. And now we're on prepare departing survivors. So, if you remember from the last showdown that we just did, Elsa ended up getting fear of darkness, fear of the dark. You cannot bear the oppressive darkness any longer. You retire. If you gain this disorder during the Hunter's Showdown, you put on a brave face until you return to the settlement, vowing never to leave the Horde again. So she is retired because she has this disorder. Fear of the dark. So she will never depart the settlement. So when we do intimacy, good for Elsa, she gets to be the target of affection for everyone, because there's a chance that you could lose that character. And Ariel, she will go out. She has 1 hunt experience, but she wasn't allowed to go out the last hunt, so she'll go out with us. Hercules, he has cloth, which we will put in our settlement storage, because he's going to replace that with pants, boots, gloves, and a rawhide vest. He now has a connection with the rawhide vest and the rawhide headband and the rawhide vest and the gloves, giving him a +1 evasion. And because there's a blue connection here, he can reveal the top AI cards for an action. I don't think we're going to give him the evasion, though, because I want him face-to-face with the, just a second, +1 evasion for equipment, and that should be it. Okay, I want him attacking the creature that we're fighting, but I don't want him to be the one getting attacked. So hopefully we can have poor Gaston be the brunt of that. Okay, so now I have Ariel, who has no weapon proficiency, so we're going to give her the spear. So basically she just has 1 armor on the waist. She does have 2 survival. She does have Rhythm Chaser, so she's going to get a +1 evasion token. But that's basically all she's got. And we'll choose spear for her when the time comes to to do that. Next one we've got is Belle. So Belle, even though she has darts, she has the sword weapon proficiency, so we'll give her the bone blade. She doesn't have any survival, but she does have mammoth hunting, so she has +1 strength adjustment when you're attacking from the side. So she has 1 armor on the waist, and, well, that's it. So she's actually our weakest character right now. And then you have Gaston, who's got extra senses. He does have 2 survival. He has a cloth. He has a founding stone. He has a dagger. And now he's got monster grease, which gives him +1 evasion. So he doesn't have a lot of armor. So as soon as we can attack him, we'll attack him. And then we're going to back off of Gaston when his survival's done. And we'll start attacking Hercules if given the choice. So that's it. Survivors are ready to depart. I'll choose appropriate models. I've got to choose, I already have one with a Rawhide Armor Set and an axe, kind of. He does have an axe on his back. I'm going to choose somebody with a sword. I'll leave this as Gaston. I need somebody with a spear. Spear and sword. So I need to choose 2 new female models to represent who we'll get going out. Record and archive resources. I did that. End the settlement phase. And so when I resume with my next video, we're going to begin the hunt. We got to decide what we're going to hunt, and I can set that up, which I'll probably do tonight, so there might be back-to-back videos very quickly. I would really like to get the cat eye circlet, and really like to get the antelope because it gives you more resources. But we do not have dash yet, which comes with paint, and the antelope kind of runs all over the place. It's better to have dash so we can get to the antelope. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hunt the white lion again. So when I return, we'll hunt the white lion. Thanks for joining me. I'm sure I made a mistake. Every video I've watched of people playing, they make small mistakes here and there because there's just so many rules and so much to keep track of. It's easier when you're playing with a group because you can call each other out. And every time I watch a video, I learn something new that I'm doing wrong. But don't be too critical. Just enjoy the playthrough, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.